one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
You view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado,
free smoke.
Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our block, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
And I'm ready, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Yeah. And I'm here to stay. I'm not back, I'm better.
Yo, let me talk to you. Shout out LA Knight. I didn't call him Eli Drake this time. Listen, welcome to Kicking It with Saint. I am very happy. This was supposed to be an NFC West video. It's not going to be that. It was supposed to be an Aljamain Sterling video, a recap to that event. It could possibly end up being that. But this video is going to talk about is Queen Goddess Sha'Carri Richardson. Champion, my bad, Sha'Carri. Champion Sha'Carri Richardson. Let's go. 100-meter champion, set a new world record. Let's go. You see, from not qualifying in Tokyo because, well, not necessarily not qualifying. She was knocked out in the first round last year. She didn't qualify in Tokyo. She couldn't come because of weed in her system. I remember that whole thing and how people attacked her for that. So from going through her lows to now being on top of the world, being able to look down. But for someone like Sha'Carri, I'm pretty sure she's not even looking down. I'm pretty sure she's still looking up, seeing how much further she can go. But that's neither here nor there. Congratulations to Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm not a big track person. Not a big track person. I am a Sha'Carri Richardson fan. Been a fan since she came onto the scene. It's just something about black women, because my mom's a black woman who raised me, and I think she's the greatest woman of all time. So my view on black women is just different. I will always have an emotional soft spot in my heart for black women. It just is what it is. So when I see a black woman achieving greatness, I want to see it. I want to talk about it. It's how I felt when Monet Davis, the pitcher, was balling out. How I felt, how in God's name did I forget this woman's name? I'm not talking about, it's same thing about Gabby Douglas. I didn't forget Gabby Douglas. It's the other one that I'm forgetting right now. The current one. The one who just got married to Jonathan Owens. How in God's name have I forgot her name, bro? That's crazy. Now, bro, hold up. Because we're not doing that. That is not what we about to do. We're going to remember her name. Well, we're going to find it. So, hey, this one of them times. We got to find her name, bro. We not finna disrespect this woman. Simone Biles. Or actually, I believe she go by Simone Owens now. Yes. Black queens who done achieved greatness. At all points in time, most of these black women done had the world turn on them. Not to the extent that the world turned on Sha'Carri Richardson. And I knew it would have happened. I mean, the way she talked, the way she walked, the way she carried herself, her long nails, her tattoos, her hair, the wigs, the colorful hair. She ingrained in black culture. So I knew it would only be a matter of time before people who don't necessarily enjoy watching people, live their blackness, they were going to eventually find any type of reason to hate Sha'Carri Richardson, to turn on her, to talk down on her, to belittle her, to talk negative about her. But Sha'Carri found her way through that minefield. It sucks when at 1 second you the greatest in the world. Everybody love you. I don't know how that is, but I can imagine throughout my lifetime when I've had a group of people like me and then one day it's different. That's not necessarily ever really happened, but I could only imagine being in those women's positions. Especially Sha'Carri. To be propped up, to be praised by everybody. And as soon as you make a human mistake, or as soon as you come up short or anything like that, everybody turn their back on you. And then you told, well, you don't deserve to have these fans, or you ain't entitled to these fans. You don't do enough. You're not a good person. You're not a role model. All these different type of things that was being said about her. She cared too much about looking pretty. Just so many things that she had to digest. And I can't imagine what those nights were. Those dark times were. Being alone. Being with just a loved one. Having to talk about this. Having to really look at the comments that people send her way on Twitter and all these other type of social networks. To see her get to where she is now. Shout out to the Jamaican goddesses, the Jamaican queens in the 100-mile race today. I mean, the 100-meter race today. Jackson was the person who they thought were going to win, but you never expected the GOAT. I ain't going to call it a GOAT yet, but a young GOAT who was on the outside at 9 to dog it. It's something special about Sha'Carri. 1 second. It's something special about Sha'Carri. I could see it from the moment she done lived out the hero's tale, the hero's journey, the ups and downs, the understanding that the world is not going to always be there for me, so I got to always be there for me. Like she said, she done always had Sha'Carri's back. I love third person Sha'Carri. God done always had Sha'Carri's back. The world, they're fair weather. One day they'll like you, the next day they won't. That's just how it goes. Example, Pat McAfee liked Jonathan Taylor one day. The next day, once his dad, Jim Irsay, didn't like him, he didn't like him either. Now everybody betting on the team is Jonathan Taylor's fault. It's amazing that these athletes, they want to be successful for themselves, for their families. They want to get their families in a better position and whatnot. But to think that they not as hard on themselves as any person. You throw the money away and all this type of stuff. Before they knew they could be rich playing this game, it was just a passion. Before they knew they could be one of the best, it was just a passion that they had to constantly work on. And it brings me to another athlete, Aljamain Sterling. At UFC 292, I don't think I'm going to do a complete breakdown of that show. The entire main card was nothing but unanimous decisions. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go through that card, to be completely honest with you. Vera got decision. Like, it was just decisions left and right. Ian Gary got a decision when only God knows how he didn't finish that fight. You can keep flicking Neil Magny off. You can make Neil Magny seem like he a bad guy, because that's just the thing that the white guys get to do when they want to be the bad guy and make money. But you not finishing a one-legged opponent is wild to me. And I also think that I don't know, man. This white guy being able to be so brash and disrespectful to be famous, bro. When is the world gonna be tired of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when is y'all hate Sha'Carri for her mistakes. This dude doing what he doing in the octagon and his antics, and I guarantee you he'll have a whole fan base of guys who say, y'all too soft. I don't get it. But then you turn around and get mad at Sha'Carri because she had marijuana in her system when she was trying to deal with the loss of a loved one. I'm baffled. But going back to Aljamain stuff, he lost this weekend in the main event to Sean O'Malley. I can't say that I imagined that this would happen, but as I was watching the fight, this is why you got to watch the fights, because what you think is going to happen is not what's always going to happen. Just based off of fight IQ and whatnot. And Aljamain Sterling, when he didn't shoot like 50 times in that first round, I was like, oh man, he gonna get knocked out. Because that showed me that his fight IQ was just going. Go watch him fight Henry Cejudo and watch him fight this fight. It was clear he wanted to try to knock out O'Malley. It was the Ronda Rousey thing where she wanted to knock out Holly Holm, but the difference in skill level and striking is so outrageously different that your coach have to get you an ego check. I'm not finna walk into the ring with somebody who been training at boxing their whole life just because I've been training at striking, and get into a boxing ring and say, I'm a great striker, I can outbox you. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna get into an octagon just because I'm a great striker and go up against a world-class striker and say to myself, I'm going to outstrike you. No, if I'm a wrestler and he ain't, I'm going to out-wrestle him, bro. I'm going to give myself the best possible advantage to win a fight. Because I hate losing. Aljamain Sterling seemed to be that type of person. I was wrong. Now, what I want to talk about with Aljo is not actually the fight, but I do want to break it down real quick. Aljamain Sterling to me is one of the worst stand-up strikers I've probably ever seen in my lifetime in the UFC. As far as the high-level UFC fighters. I'm not talking about the lower-ranked guys. As far as a champion, I can't remember the last time I seen a champion. I understand Ronda Rousey was a bad striker compared to a striker she went against. So that's why this is so fresh. Because it's no way Aljamain Sterling was so delusional. Well, clearly he was delusional enough to believe his striking was anywhere near as good as Sean O'Malley's striking. Sean O'Malley, people kept saying he a one-trick pony. Okay, so why would you play into the one trick he got? It don't make sense. Why would you not wrestle a guy who is clearly not going to out-wrestle you? You bigger than him. You weigh more than him. You naturally stronger than him. Why would you not wrestle him? Why would you go in there? And this is my problem with Aljamain's game plan, bro. You wanted to make the fight exciting. You didn't want it to be boring. Bro, fans don't pay your bills. All right? You pay your bills. you being a champion helps greatly pay your bills. All right. It just makes no sense to go in there and do something like that. You look at the extended punch that he threw that left himself open for a counter punch. This is exactly why you should not be going in there. And then I know some people say, well, he outstruck him in the first round. He got him against the cage and outstruck him at the end of the round. That does not matter to me. In a stand-up fight, he's not anywhere near. I don't think Aljamain is a competent striker. I think he is a below average striker, which is why it was wild to me that he did not shoot like 50 times in the first round. I was like, oh, no. He finna play into this BS game, huh? Ronda Rousey would still be champion right now if she decided to wrestle and use her jiu-jitsu against Holly Holmes. Aljamain would still be champion right now if he had decided to play his actual game plan that got him here. But, maybe he'll learn from it. However, congratulations to Sean O'Malley. But I want to talk about Aljamain Sterling after the match and how humble he was. And, for the longest, Aljamain didn't have to play this role of the villain because somebody need him in the face when he was down. You know what I'm saying? Like, people act as though he need himself. I can't understand that for the life of me. And so he done been hated ever since. Oh, acting and yada, yada, yada. I just want to know what a lot of you cowards would do, because you keep telling me, oh, I wouldn't accept the championship like that. Yes, you would have. Yes, you would have. That's just BS, bro. That's just BS. You did not need yourself, bro. And then you risk fighting the dude again and not winning that fight? Come on, bro. You look stupid at that point. Y'all gotta stop lying to yourselves. But this is my problem. The hating of athletes for no reason whatsoever. What did Aljamain Sterling do to get the hate that he get? And it's not just because, they like Sean O'Malley. They like any white boy that's brash. He been getting booed for every fight since that Peter Yan kneed him in the face. And he's had to play into the role of a heel. Aljamain Sterling wasn't a heel before that moment. He was confident in himself, but he didn't. Aljamain Sterling never was getting booed like this. If anything, he got no reaction more so than getting booed, because Aljamain Sterling wasn't pictured as a heel by Jack. I'm trying to stop cursing this much. We got to make this a family-friendly show, guys. All right? But he didn't become this way until fans decided to turn him into a villain. Like I said, as if he need himself in the face. And what happens when this type of thing takes place, two things is when it lets you know what type of athlete was really the heel or had the force to be one. Aljamain Sterling lost this fight and could have easily continued to be a heel. But his heart couldn't take it. The loss was weighing on him. He knew he was not a heel and could not keep it up in that moment because he was truly hurt. He was embarrassed. I say it all the time. One of the worst things in life to do is be embarrassed in front of a whole bunch of people and you actually care what they think. In that moment, Aljamain Sterling had to come to grips with, not only did I just lose my championship, I got knocked out, TKO'd. I'm bloodied. The fans is booing me. They cheering that I lost. And I got to eat this humble pie. When in actuality, I never wanted to be a heel. I wanted to be loved. I wanted the fans to like me. I didn't need myself in the face. You turn these athletes into bad guys. And the guys who truly not bad guys, the women who truly not bad guys, they only want to be loved. They only want to make you happy. And then you force them to have to play this role. And then when it all come crashing down, while you cheering and telling them they deserve it, they bad people, they truly are depressed and breaking down inside because they like, they hated me when there was no reason to hate me. And now on top of that, they'll pick on me and talk trash about me for the rest of my life. Look at what y'all do to Tyron Woodley. Because he went to business for himself. Because he didn't do what the fans wanted. Because the fans don't pay. Bro, fans love to talk about how they think they pay the NBA players and bills and shit like. Y'all should be well aware. You do not pay these UFC fighters salaries. If it's any sport, where you know you don't pay their salaries. It's the UFC. And yet, a guy like Tyron Woodley, who done been made a meme, who people constantly belittle as if he wasn't one of the greats, all because he went to business for himself and his family. The same thing every single human being does at every single point in their life at some point. That was what do you call it? An oxymoron right there. But at every point in your life, you are going to make decisions that's best for you and your family. Now, it may be a time or there where you make a decision that's not in the best interest of you and your family because, fuck it, I need to make the best interest of everybody. But for the most part, most human beings care about their families and themselves, not in a selfish way, because that's how we've been programmed to think, how we've been programmed to be protectors of our own first. You hate Tyron Woodley for that. You hated Kamaru Usman for that. I do think it's funny that it's so easy for y'all to hate African-American athletes, but that's neither here nor there, because it's not a race issue at the moment. This is just an issue of how y'all turn Ronda Rousey, because it's not a race issue, so I'm glad I just thought about Ronda. Look at what y'all did to Ronda Rousey. I say it all the time. My cousin was talking to me about this weekend because he absolutely adores Ronda Rousey, as do I. And it breaks our heart watching her get knocked out in those fights because it didn't have to happen. The ego, the coach is not. What is a coach there for if he not going to put your ego in check? When Ronda was talking about she can beat up Floyd in a boxing match and all this goofy shit, that's cool that she got that type of confidence, but it's just not a reality. Her coach can, in the public, cheer her up, but in private, Ronda, okay, we got to focus back in. We're not doing that. The movies and all that. Ronda Rousey is still one of the GOATs, if not the actual GOAT of women's MMA. Y'all turn her into a bad guy for no reason. Ronda Rousey is clearly somebody who wanted to be loved. All she knew her whole life was winning. That's what she was raised to be. Go listen to her talk about how her mom instilled in her. She didn't even understand what winning was. I believe she said her mom never even talked to her about losing. Like, that wasn't even a concept to Ronda Rousey. You turned on her in the MMA. I don't like Dana White, but shout out to Dana White because he always give Ronda her flowers. You turned on her in WWE for no reason, which is more disgusting than it was in the MMA world because she didn't have to come to the WWE. I look at what y'all do to these athletes who legitimately want to be loved, who legitimately just want to make y'all happy, who legitimately just want to entertain y'all, and y'all find ways to hate them and turn them into bad guys at every single turn. It's crazy. Like I said, I couldn't imagine what those dark nights were for Sha'Carri. Going through all the hate, people calling her out of her name, people attacking her character. I couldn't imagine. And so, I actually could imagine because I've been going through this, but not on nearly the scale that Sha'Carri is going through it on. But for her to rise to the levels that she done risen to after all of that, she could have failed. She could have quit. She could have gave up. The pressure, the harassment, the negativity could have overwhelmed her. But she one of the ones. So she didn't stop. She didn't quit. She didn't give up. She didn't wallow in her own pity and self-sorrow. She got back up and had a new mindset. I don't care what the world think from this point on. I care what Sha'Carri think and what my family and loved ones think. And as long as they got my back, and then more importantly, as long as Sha'Carri got Sha'Carri's back, we rocking. She told you she not back, she better. And she fucking meant it. Shout out to Sha'Carri, man. I absolutely adore that woman. A queen, a goddess, a champion. Oh my goodness, bro. This is what I like. I hate to see when the athletes have to go through the ugly parts that so very clearly ain't deserved. I hate it. I hate it. But this is the part that I enjoy the most. When they get their lick back. When they get their get back. When they get to say, I told you so. You was wrong. I love it. It's nothing better. But I do wish the process of getting there didn't have to be with y'all tearing these athletes apart. These athletes are humans. I was going to say these people. These athletes are humans. They are people. They cry. They laugh. They smile. They hurt. They feel just like us. Yet for some reason, it's so easy to hate them for no reason. I can't imagine what Aljamain Sterling was going through at the end of the night. I can't imagine what the coaches and what his team had to say to make sure he didn't sink into a dark place after that match. For Leon Edwards, a guy who was passed over so many times, made a meme because a dude hit him in the back. Mind you, a guy who y'all love and Jorge Masvidal, actually a bad person, who y'all adore him, but you laughed at Leon. Come on, Leon. Don't let him bully your son. Shout out to Leon. And always shout out to his coach. I love these moments when athletes can just stand tall and be like, bro, after all the hate, I'm still here. I don't understand why y'all still do it. I don't understand why fans still do it. I don't understand why the sports media do it. I don't understand it. Because if it were your child, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, you would not let that happen. You wouldn't be okay with it. You definitely wouldn't join in on it. But when it's somebody who make $1 million, all of a sudden emotion and human decency goes out the window. Be better, people. Please, please be better. Again, shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson, the queen, the goddess, the champion. She told you. I'm not back. I'm better. I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. You never know what somebody is going through. You just don't. Whether it be you or somebody else, you don't know the problems that we all face in this everyday life. So please, if you can smile at somebody today, smile at them. If you could help somebody out today, help them out. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Choose to love somebody unconditionally today. Life is short. Choose every single day to make somebody else's day a little bit better. I fuck with you. I love you. And I truly do appreciate the support. Like, subscribe, share. The chase to 30 subscribers is now on. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Saint out.
I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. But at the end of the day, I've always been with me. God has always been with me. So being on this scale now, it's my time. It's always been my time, but now it's my time to actually do it for myself.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.